All right, here we go, ICS3C, folks. I thought the last video on HTML was the last video on HTML, but we got this one. It's going to be a short one, and I wanted to just show a few things that I thought were pretty neat and easy to do, and we're going to use this as the link for the web pages we've done so far. So you've got a word processor open. I don't think it has to be Smart Notebook. It can be any old word processor, notepad, whatever you feel your heart fancies. Um, Linking to other pages you've made. So this idea of, you know, building a website is more than just a web page, right? We want to have links between our own pages. And of course, one way would be if we actually had a domain that we'd load all the pages and then we could just put the entire URL in and link to our other page. But for our sakes, that's not possible because they're just a bunch of files sitting on your home directory. So I want to show you how to do this. Like I said, it's best to put in the entire URL, but web browsers, unless told otherwise, they'll look in the folder that the web page exists. So your ICS3C HTML web pages folder, wherever the first page sits, it'll look for the other pages in that default directory. And the same goes for images you want to include. So if you just put in the name of a picture or the name of a second web page, it'll look in the directory of the first web page first, unless the entire URL is in there, which is better coding technique. It says, example, the following code will work as long as webpage2.html and picture1.jpg are in the same folder as the calling web page. So on a web page, and I'll show you my example in a second, we've got a link, and there's no URL there. It's just a file name, webpage2.html, and same as the picture. This picture.jpg, there's no file name. There's no URL, nothing. And this will actually work as long as these two things are in the same folder as the page that contains this tag. And again, if I'm going too fast, you can pause these videos as always. Note, the entire URL of something sitting in your home directory would have the form file://h:/ics3c/file.html or something close to that, whatever the file structure is, and you can see it when you go from Notepad and run that file. And I'm going to talk more about this file in a second, but if I launch this in Chrome, up there is the actual URL. So if you wanted to just copy and paste that URL, that would work as well. This is the entire URL of the page that you've got. Okay, well, don't pay too much attention to that. There's more I want to say. Back to the note. I think that's it for this first page. Oh yeah, a warning. It is considered somewhat lazy and dangerous coding style not to include the entire URL. So I just told you that it's probably okay for you just to put that part, right? Just that part, not the entire URL. If you don't put the entire URL, that's kind of lazy and dangerous. Dangerous just because if you upload a website that contains many pages and many pictures, that if it doesn't have the entire URL and the folders get goofed around, that you'll have broken links. And it's much safer putting the URL in there. Okay, but like I said, I don't care too much. I just want to see if you can get the pages to look good. The second thing I want to show you. Okay, here, hang on. I want to show you the code. You don't have to copy this code. So this is this code, and notice right here, I've got a link to a second web page, and the second web page is this other one here. And so if I ran that, which I just did, okay, I'll have to run it again. Darn, I closed it. Run, launch in Chrome, and then I click to go to web page 2. Bam, there's web page 2, or is that web page 1? I don't know. And then look, I can go back to web page, click to go back to web page 1, and then it's going back and forth to those two pages. Okay? Dandy. There's one other thing I want to mention to you. Oh, by the way, that this is a picture of my cat. This is my cat. In the background there is my recycling bins. And so this is a picture that I didn't pinch from the internet. It actually, I uploaded it. And this is something I'm going to ask you to do in your in the assignment that's coming up, is to use some of your own photos and get used to being able to upload those onto the computer and personalize them instead of pinching everything from the internet. Okay, enough said of that. Back to the note. Links within the pages you've made. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but almost every page has like a jumping ability. It jumps from one spot on the page to another, and this is an easy thing to do. So here are the steps. You add an ID equals place name declaration in any tag, and I have it starred there, and because I think any tag works. I haven't been able to find one that doesn't. So you place this ID into any tag, whether it's a, a paragraph or a list item, whatever it is, a table, that you put this ID equals place name. And then if you want to link to that ID the same way that you would a regular link, but with a hashtag, so href equals place name, and there's the text that you'll use to jump. So this allows you to jump from one spot in your web page to another spot in your web page. And there's clever ways to use that if you want to link to another spot in another page directly. I want to show you that. In this code here, you see when what I have is in this link, I said click on there to jump to the bottom, and I've got this href hashtag bottom, where near the bottom of my web page in this heading 2, I've put an ID bottom, and so it links this and this. And how it looks in the page is, where is it? I got to go back to page 1, web page 1, and then you see there it looks click to bottom to jump to bottom. So I click on that, and then there's the bottom, and I just put in a bunch of text, and that's what happened. And notice in the web page itself, the web page URL, there's that hashtag bottom. So if I were to type in this URL automatically, it would load at the bottom of the web page there with the hashtag. Okay, so in this next assignment, I'm going to get you both to put all of your web pages together and get used to this jumping technique, this jumping from ID to ID. All right, I'm almost positive that's it for HTML. Of course, when we start CSS next chapter, which might be by the end of the week, but certainly early next week, we'll still have HTML. It's just that we're not focusing on the HTML itself. We'll be focusing on styling and making our web pages look awesome. That'll be what comes next. All right, that's it.